Disappointing afternoon for Altrincham Football Club today, a 4-1 defeat against Wrexham, and we're talking to the man who made his 680th appearance, Stuart Coburn. Stuart, the game didn't pan out as we would have liked it to, and to be fair to Wrexham, perhaps 4-1 flattered them a little bit, but they fully deserved the victory.
Yeah, they did. We were poor today, and well, with that, they were really up for it. I think after when we beat them at theirs 3-2 early in the season, I think they had a bit of revenge in mind. But they were a far better team, and we just didn't perform. First half, we was poor, and we was told that at half time and at the end of the match. And we know ourselves that we've got to do a lot better than that. We've got 8 games to go, and we've got to perform a lot better if we're going to achieve something a lot higher than we are at the moment.
It took them a few minutes to score, but it was no surprise when they did get a goal. It was a good strike, but they had 2 or 3 decent chances before that.
Yeah, they did. They could have been 2-0 up before they got the first. And I don't know what it was today. It seemed like we'd already decided that our season was over. It seemed at one point we were just, as a team, from 1 to, and me included, 1 to 11, we just didn't perform, and we were poor. And we need to change that round on Tuesday.
It's strange. I mean, we are a team who we need to have the fight in us to keep us going, and perhaps when you do mentally switch off, it does show up.
Yeah, it does. Obviously, we need to be on our game 100% all the time. That was, as Toll said in the changing rooms, it seemed that was like the first 10 games of the season. We just weren't at the races. They were really up for it. And we can't perform like that, especially at this level. If you perform like that, you're going to get found out. And we did today in a massive way. And we need to be 100% all the time. And it is difficult, different situations, but we just weren't good enough today, and it was really disappointing.
Strangely enough, having not really played for 20-25 minutes, we did have a reasonable spell, scored or had a few opportunities. Damien's had a chance, Ryan Crowther's had a chance, a couple of decent efforts from Jake Malt and James Lorry, but the equaliser didn't come, and they've hit us with 2 quick goals.
Yeah, we've had some chances even in the second half when we pulled the goal back. But like the gaffer said at half-time and at the end, we never worked the keeper. We had a lot of shots from outside the box that were flying over the bar, where if you work the keeper, we did at one point, and he fumbled one, and no one was following in to put it in the back of the net. But we need to hit the target more often, and we need to do better in front of goal, because the goals we give away today were poor. There was the second goal. The lads had a free header from about 4 or 5 yards out, which maybe I could have come and took him out. I don't know. I'd have to have a look. And then at the third goal, they played a short corner. Lad's been unmarked at the back post, headed it back across. It's just really poor defending on our part.
Yeah, the 2 headers on both of the goals, which is very bad. And Blaine Hudson, he had half the penalty area to play with for the third one.
Yeah, it was just the lads run round the back. I think it was the centre halves, headed it back across the goal, and the lads waiting like a yard out. We never seem to get that luxury when we're like set pieces at the other end. It was just poor, and the lads were discussing amongst themselves as they was walking back whose man it was, and we just need to do better, because it was poor. It looked poor, and being 3-0 down with a full-time team like Wrexham, it was hard work after that.
And another disappointment is we lost Sean Densmore, and that might be the end of his season by the look of things.
Yeah, I was saying to Sean, it always seems to be his medial. He says, well, there must be a weakness there, because he's never really snapped it. But when he has an injury, that seems to be what seems to go on him. And he went in for a 50-50, and he's opened it up again. And then straight from kick-off, he said he didn't want the ball. And I think Jake's passed it back to him, and he's had to clear it, and he felt it straight away. So we've got 6-7 weeks of the season left. I think he's going to find it tough to get back, but hopefully he does, because when as well as Cad did today, we do miss Sean, because he puts a lot in, and he gets up and down, and he's a great attacking option for us as well.
And of course, the day was all about Stuart Coburn. You've had a programme dedicated to you, which is a fantastic effort by the club, and just shows how much your achievement is recognised. It's been a really interesting couple of weeks for you.
It has, and as I said before in the community hall, I'm glad it's over. It's because I'm still playing. It's not as if I'm like, that's it, my gloves are packed away, I'm done. It's not the case. But it's been building up to it probably from about 10 games out, and people saying, oh, you only need 10 more games, 9 more games, etc. And I'm glad that. Well, last week was a nice one to win on the telly, 1-0. When I broke the record. Today it's a lovely effort which everyone's put in for the programme, and I really appreciate it. I really do. It's something I'm very proud of. But as I say, I'm still playing, and I want to keep playing. I'm really enjoying it. It's not as if I'm showing myself up. Well, I don't think I am. So it's something I want to keep doing, and hopefully I can. But it's a great honour to play. Well, 680 games. When you think of it like that, it's a lot of football for one club, and it's something I'm really proud of. And it wasn't the result that we wanted. No one wants to get beat, but take the result away. It's lovely what everyone's done for me.
And, in football, it's highs and lows, and that's what today and last week was all about, really.
Oh, of course it is, yeah. I've been around the game long enough. You try and push the bad defeats out the way, and today was. But we've got another game Tuesday where we can get back on the bike, as we say, and go again. And we need to put some points on the board towards the end of the season, because I think with what we've got now, we possibly would be safe in the league, but we want to finish as high as possible, because I think if we keep dropping, then it would be a disappointing end to the season, because the way from after 10 games, I'd say after the Welling game, we've been superb. We've had a bit of a dip recently, but we've played all the top teams, and which is understandable. And we've not been that far away, so we need to go again now and start getting some points on the board.
Tuesday night, 10 o'clock. The coach leaves Tuesday morning. That's a hell of a trip.
It is, but we knew at the start of the season that this league can throw up these things. And when Dover was called off the other week because of the trophy, we knew then that it was going to be a Tuesday night, and it's ridiculous, really. But we knew at some point, and we've done quite well this year. I know we had quite a lot of away games in the league early doors, but it's one of them things. We've just got to get on with it. It's not as if we can ring them up and say, well, here's the points, we're not coming down. We've just got to go there, and we've got to get something. We need to get something, because we've got Halifax next week, who are going for the playoffs, and we need to sort of get ourselves back on it now and have a really strong end of the season, so that we can take that into next year.
Finally, in terms of objectives for the end of the season, a top half finish would be a fantastic achievement.
Well, that's what we're hoping for. We're not that far away at the moment, but I know like Wrexham went above us today, but they've got about 3 or 4 games in hand, and you think they would push on and go a bit further. But we've still got, I think, is it 6 out of the last 8 games that are the teams around us. So there's chances there for us to take points. Every team in this league can take points of each other. We know that, and we need to make sure that we're better against the teams lower down than us, i.e. your Telfords, your Southports, and we've still got them to play at home. And we need to put a marker down and say this is what we're about, and hopefully take that on to next year and see where we go from there. But a top half finish would be superb for this year, yeah.
That's Altrincham's record-breaking appearance maker, Stuart Coburn, 680 appearances. Not a good afternoon today, but a fantastic career for Altrincham Football Club and throughout his football career in general.